One match is done. One match to go in the opening round of the 2019 NCAA Division III Women's Soccer Championship Tournament from Wheaton College. Glad to have you alongside. In this second matchup, it is Case Western against the College of Wooster. Wheaton has already won a 3-0 victory in the opener, so the winner of this matchup will meet Wheaton tomorrow for the opportunity to advance into the second weekend of the tournament. In just a few moments, we'll head down to the field for the opening introductions. It's part of the pomp and circumstance of the NCAA tournament. Both teams have the opportunity for both their starters and reserves to be introduced before the fans. It is chilly here in Chicagoland. Snow covered the field, has been shoveled off to the side. You can see it in the background with the rubber from the turf mixed in. That's why it's white with that black chunks. Case Western Reserve 13-5 as they enter the contest today. However, they have lost their last two matchups. Against Wash U and against Carnegie Mellon, they do play in one of the toughest conferences in the country, not just in women's soccer, but in any sport for that matter, the University Athletic Association. And they'll meet the College of Wooster. These two teams do not have a history in terms of much in the NCAA tournament, but they're not separated by that far in Ohio either. For Wooster, it's the fourth appearance in the NCAA championships, and for Case, they finished 13-5 overall. As I said, they're ranked by the United Soccer coaches. It's their second tournament bid. They've set a program record for goals this year with 46, but I expect this to be a low-scoring matchup with defenses dominating. I believe we're ready to go for the introductions here in just a moment as the teams are lining up. First it'll be the captains gathering. So I'm Tim Calderwood. Justin Lejeski is with me, and what do you think is the biggest thing here in this contest in the NCAA tournament?
I'm thinking here for this matchup in particular, like you said, it's going to be a defensive slugfest here. College of Wooster boasting some incredible numbers defensively. I believe they have 14 of their wins coming via shutout this season. I think it just goes to show the tenacity of this defense. Although Case Western's been able to put up some fantastic numbers on the goal side, like you mentioned, with 46 this season, it's going to be interesting to see how a team with less experience here in the NCAA tournament goes to match up with a team with double the appearances. So I think whoever can set the pace early is going to be the team who comes out on top. And I think for Case Western, they just need to be patient on the ball and take the chances, but only not try to push it too much. Only take the chances that are worth taking. I think if you push too hard, they're going to get pulled up, and Wooster's going to have some good opportunities for counterattacks. So we'll see two powerhouse teams here facing off for a spot in the next round against Wheaton College. So like you said, introductions here just about to go underway, but I think there's a lot to be excited for in this game, Tim.
Talking about the defense for Wooster, 13 of their 14 wins have come via shutout this year. Their junior goalie, Molly Hutter, she's running an 8-game shutout streak, 14 on the year, which ties her for the most in the nation. This is a neutral site matchup, of course, here at Wheaton College in Wheaton, Illinois, the western suburbs of Chicagoland. Wooster enters today at 14-2-3 overall. Their streak through the NCAC tournament, a 2-0 win over Denison, and then a 1-0 double overtime victory at DePaul to grab the AQ. And they have not allowed a goal since October 12th. A 2-1 loss in overtime at Ohio Wesleyan, and on the season they have surrendered just 10 goals total in their 19 matchups.
And like you mentioned earlier, with Case Western Reserve's schedule being a difficult matchup, although they've lost those 5 games in conference, I'm looking at some of the teams they're playing, like University of Rochester and Wash U, for an example. And those losses weren't, they had a win against University of Rochester, but the loss against Wash U, who's ranked number 3 right now, was only 1-2, and that was in double overtime. Wheaton experienced a similar matchup against that team earlier this season. I believe it was also, I'm just looking here quickly at the stats, a similar scoreline. I think it was a 2-1 loss in double overtime as well earlier in the season. So I think that just goes to show Wheaton right now sitting at 16-1-2, an extremely well-ranked team, a team that's been performing well. If Case Western was able to perform at the same level, I think it goes to speak of their offensive prowess this season. So I think despite their lack of experience here within the NCAA tournament, if they're able to channel some of that same play style that they were earlier this season, then I think they'll be just fine in this game and able to put up a good fight.
All right, the teams are ready to take the fields, and we will have the introductions here at Wheaton as Case Western and the College of Wooster prepare to meet in the second matchup on this Friday afternoon in a chilly Chicagoland. The NCAA Division III Women's Soccer Championship Tournament opening round. Of course, the confusion usually when you have the walkouts in midfield, there's only 11 players, so they're just waiting to make sure that the entire rosters for both teams are lined up because everyone will be introduced. And now they're on their way out to midfield, and Brett Marhenka handling the public address duties here at Wheaton College. We'll turn it over to him.
Welcome to the first round of the NCAA Division III Women's Soccer Tournament. The second match of our first round matchups here at Joe Bean Stadium at Wheaton College features the Fighting Scots of the College of Wooster and the Spartans of Case Western Reserve University. Please welcome the officials for today's contest. The referee is Miguel Chavez. Assistant referees are Boris Vukovic and Brett Richter. The alternate official is Brian Norwood. At this time, we'd like to meet the teams. First, for the Fighting Scots of the College of Wooster, the non-starters for the College of Wooster. Wearing 0, Kylie Schmitz. Number 2 is Megan Badge. Number 5, Elena Hart. Number 7, Bree Gerald. Number 9, Lillian Miller. Number 17, Cami Bly. Number 19 is Chrissy Blanchard. Number 20, Peyton Jeanette. 22, Helena Janczyk. 23, Sam Draves. Number 26, Madison Carter. Number 28, Claudia Partridge. And number 29, Sina Adden. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the Fighting Scots. A junior wearing number 3, Maura Wiley. A senior, number 4, Claire Davis. A senior wearing number 6, Mackenzie Goltz. Wearing number 8, a sophomore, Holly Thompson. A senior, number 10, Crenere Rakose. A junior, number 13, Mila Zunic. A sophomore, number 14, Maya McDonald. Number 15, a sophomore, Alexa Bensick. Number 18, a junior, Kelsey Stone. And a senior wearing number 21, Kelsey Hall. The goalkeeper for the College of Wooster is a junior wearing number 1, Molly Hunter. The assistant coach of Wooster is Wes Davis. The head coach is Jordy Brown. And now let's meet the Spartans of Case Western Reserve. First for the non-starters, 0, Anna Gurian. Number 2, Helena Van Bibber. Number 4, Abigail DeSico. Number 9, Ella Kopich. Number 11, Taylor Bova. Number 14, Jennifer Markley. Number 19, Elizabeth White. Number 21, Emily Hauser. 22, Christina Hickson. 24, Rachel LeBlanc. Number 26, Melina Peshoff. Number 29, Fran McDonald. And number 31, Casey Groves. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the Spartans of Case Western Reserve. A senior, number 5, Kimberly Chen. A freshman, number 7, Joanna Dunkers. A freshman, number 8, Laura Gorjank. Wearing number 12, a senior, Mary Kate Ford. Number 13, a junior, Bailey George. Number 15, a freshman, Mary Meyer. Number 17, a freshman, Anaya Hartzler. Number 18, a sophomore, Annika Washburn. Number 25, a freshman, Maya Sethi. And number 27, a sophomore, Catherine Rebel. In goal for the Spartans, a senior, number 1, Lauren Unterborn. The assistant coaches are Jamie Daniels and Greg Moylov. The head coach of Case Western is Jen Simonetti. Just for your convenience, the restroom facilities here at Joe Bean Stadium are located underneath the grandstand of the football stadium, which is located to the west of the soccer field.
Second first-round game here at Wheaton College in Joe Bean Stadium. Case Western Reserve and the College of Wooster both out of Ohio. Full introductions before the contest today. Let's take a look at the goalie matchup for each of these teams. For Case Western, Lauren Unterborn, 17 matches this year, only 18 goals allowed. A 1.05 goals against average, 68 saves and 4 shutouts this year. We were talking a lot before the introductions about Molly Hutter for Worcester. Only 10 goals allowed in 19 games, a goals against of .50 and 83 saves. It's going to be tough to get one past either of these keepers today.
And those are some crazy numbers for goalkeepers to put up in good conferences too, especially at this higher level of play that they're doing right now. Even a .85 is a great save percentage, but we're seeing Molly Hutter put up a .892 save percentage in 19 games over that time period. That's just not numbers that you see very often from any goalkeeper, and I think, you know, we can give Molly Hutter a lot of credit there, but you also got to give a testament to the rest of the defense there who's helping her out. I think we're going to see an overall defensive effort from the entire College of Wooster roster here.
Case Western won the first 9 matches of the year. They were ranked as high as 10th by the United Soccer Coaches this year. Entering this weekend, currently ranked 21st.
Case Western not losing any games by more than a couple goals here.
Are corporate champions,
we look at the couple losses that College of Wooster has suffered this season. One of those coming to Ohio Wesleyan on October 12th. That was only a 1-goal loss in overtime, but the other loss was a 5-0 loss against Otterbein earlier in the season on September 24th. So it was a long time ago. They've had quite a bit of time to figure out their stuff, especially defensively. We've seen them make a great effort through the tail end of the season. But it makes you think if that Case Western can put on the offensive performance that they have been this season, they're able to tally a couple goals, what's going to happen? They've never been down by more than 1 with the exception of that game. So I'm interested to see if Case Western can put in a couple goals here early off, if College of Wooster will be able to come back.
Wooster kicking off. They are in the black tops with the gold sleeves. And already a throw. And it's going to be interesting to see, I think, specifically how these teams start. I don't anticipate a lot of pressure early, because you definitely don't want to make an early mistake to fall behind.
By no means, especially in a stadium that neither team are used to right now. I think the first 10-15 minutes of the game are going to be spent just getting a feel for the field and just the environment that they're playing into. I think the weather will play a factor into these first couple minutes, too.
And, of course, both of these teams have played a lot of, extremely competitive games during the regular season, but it gets up to a whole different level when you reach the NCAA tournament.
Absolutely, and I don't think there's been many matchups that they've had. Well, especially there hasn't been a matchup so far with the same weight that this one does, but also with the same level of competitiveness that I believe we'll see as this game continues out, with maybe the exception of the game that they played against Wash U earlier this season. But this will all be seen here as the minutes continue on. We're seeing quite a bit of pressure from Case Western here early out, though.
Yeah, they're challenging every touch. Ball is on the Case side along the near sideline. Meyer advances. Met by Rakosi. Out wide. Here comes the first advancement from either side into the offensive end. Cross into the box, cleared away. Rakosi there. Out front it goes. Hartzler settles it down. And kicked away once again by Bensick.
In Case Western pushing a lot of numbers up into that box, but we saw Wooster closing down on each individual player with at least 2 men. They've been playing high pressure here on defense.
Gonna back up the location of the throw on the far side.
Possession given away here. Case Western with the ball. Looking to swing, but that ball's dispossessed now.
Wooster on the move. Out wide it goes. And this is what I'm saying. I think we're going to see a lot of this back and forth in the midfield with very few opportunities in the offensive ends.
Both teams pressuring heavily within the midfield. It's going to be difficult, like you just said, for either team to be able to create any space. I think that right now it's just so congested that they have to learn how to spread out and really work the ball around through the back if they're able to open up any lanes for them to attack here.
Annika Washburn out wide, number 18, is the leading scorer for Case Western this year, 14 goals and 5 assists. In the corner. And Wooster takes away. In the first game today, Wheaton created a lot of early opportunities, although it took until about the 35th minute or so to score the first goal of the contest.
These players got to warm up a little bit too before they're going to be completely comfortable here once they get a few minutes under their belts here. I think it'll be a lot different. It's only been 4 minutes here about in this first half here, so as they get the blood moving, I think that the flow of the game will continue to become more fluid here. See heavy pressure here by Wooster as Case Western tries to work the ball around. Dispossessed. There's just not a lot of lanes to pass through right now.
For either side, because here's Case now in control as well. Coming out wide, Kopich brings across. Chipped up, and there's nobody back towards the box.
Dunkers now with the ball.
And over the midfield line it goes.
Errant pass there by number 13. That's Bailey George. Case Western able to make the most out of it, though. They retain possession.
See if Wooster tries to trap it in here as Mary Kate Ford plays it along the far sideline.
And somehow that ball stays in now. Wooster working it around the back.
Headed around. Mary Meyer unable to turn. Playing through.
And Hall just tried to flick that one forward, but there was no easy option for her to outlet with right now.
And throw in. It'll be Case Western ball.
I think if you're either team right now, you really have to slow the game down a little bit because every single time Case Western's been getting the ball, they're obviously the more offensively oriented team. They're just trying to push the ball straight and not try to work it around at all. There's no passing patterns or flow right now when you're just trying to move the ball straight laterally right now. So they really have to work the ball, you know, all around the field before they're going to try to push it up because Wooster's just so compact right now that there's really no easy straight ball to play down the field. Through balls aren't going to work if you're just trying to play them on the ground or over the top.
We're going the other direction now. I was talking about this game before we started today, and I was kind of thinking we might have the feeling of a 1-0 kind of contest, and there's our first foul. It'll be a free kick for Case.
And I wouldn't be surprised, Tim, if we saw something like that in this game right now. You know, they're going to have to adapt if they want to see any kind of a different scoreline. But with the style that both teams are playing at the moment, you know, it's going to take just one quick break, and that could be the deciding factor here in this game. And I think, you know, a little bit of the urgency for both teams probably has to do with experience levels. I'm not sure how many of the players out here have been in multiple NCAA tournaments before. But, you know, when you're playing at a higher level here, especially when the stakes are so high, you know, you can make decisions, you know, your decision making may be a little bit more difficult here when you just want to get that first goal and be the hero.
There is a Wooster flag across the way. They've traveled well from Ohio. Again, both of these programs coming from Ohio.
Good clearance out of the back by number 15, Alexa Benchett.
Wiley on the chase. Teammates tumble. This could create an opening. Zunic out wide. Couldn't spot Wiley. Now she'll try to cross it. Dangerous play. Past the foot of the wide open Kelsey Hall.
If you're Wooster, you're going to want that chance back. That was a great opportunity there, and it was just squandered.
Case avoids the opportunity. And another whistle. Free kick coming for Wooster.
If you're goalkeeper Unterborn there, if you're coming out for that ball on the front post, you have to make sure you're getting something on it there and not just leaving yourself pulled all the way to the front post. And a whole goal open opportunity there for Kelsey Hall, who luckily for Unterborn just completely whiffed.
2-on-3. That was kind of a shot attempt for Wooster. Rakosi with the opportunity. Now Case will try to push, just chipping it ahead. This might be the way to play. Try to gain some space and just play the ball into an opening and trust your speed to go get it. Gorjank, nobody home.
I think counterattacks are going to be beneficial for both of these teams because when you give them time to get settled into their defensive rhythm, then they're both play very well compact and the shape is just almost impenetrable. So over the top might work, like you said, Tim, especially on a counterattack opportunity. So say, for example, Wooster or Case Western wins the ball here, they might just be good to try to target their striker there up top.
Dunkers has it, sends it across midfield. Back from whence it came, but it'll be a Case throw. 10 minutes into the first half. Winner to meet Wheaton tomorrow. Here's an opening for Kelsey Hall. And again, it's Case out to challenge defensively, preventing the ball from reaching Wiley. Muro Wiley, leading scorer for Wooster on the season, 7 goals, 7 assists.
Good passing here by Case.
Dunkers with an opening. Interrupted by Goltz and collected by the keeper Hutter.
I like that look there because, you know, sometimes you got to get creative with your takes. You had a lot of space to take that one, but it was well closed in on.
Case Western is in the white. Wooster in the black. First half of play in Wheaton. The hosts have already advanced with a 3-0 victory over Webster earlier today. Gorjank comes up on it. Meyer obstructed. Play on according to the referee.
Good switch out wide by Hartzler.
Again, Wooster closing that space very quickly.
They still keep a couple players up top too, which makes me curious if they're looking for that counterattack opportunity right now. They're really compact right now back on defense, with the exception of pulling their outside back all the way wide to watch Meyer, but it could be a good look for them too if they're able to get Case Western to pull everyone up, but they're still keeping a couple defenders back here. So both teams kind of playing a little bit more conservatively when they opened out the game here about 12 minutes ago here.
Kelsey Hall changes fields. Here's Annika Washburn. Across to Meyer. Trying to win against Stone, one-on-one.
And that's just fantastic defense there by Stone. She won that ball multiple times against Meyer, but it's a real fight there on the wing.
A lot of time in the midfield here early. There's a foul. Zunic into the back of Bailey George.
And George has been so quick to step here, snuffing out a few opportunities here over the course of the past few minutes. We'll see her play this ball in. I think we'll see a long ball all the way in.
Junior defender from Loveland, Ohio, Bailey George. Meyer charges. And this is back into the midfield area. Wiley with the chest trap. Zunic charging on it. But Rebel plays it back towards Unterborn.
Wiley probably would have been better turning there and trying to find feet instead of booting that ball up field. I think she gave away possession there.
Closing in on 15 minutes past in this opening half. Looks like we'll have our first sub coming in here for Case Western Reserve momentarily. Wooster throw it on the far side. They're being backed up.
Quick throw in. Another Wooster throw in here as that ball's cleared out wide.
Basically in the same exact location.
You're not wrong. It's just so congested there. I don't think there's much room to move around here. They got to really look for a switch here if they want to create some space. Wooster now at the ball, still on that side. They really got to get it out. Just able to find number 3, Maura Wiley.
Wiley chasing to the edge of the box. Help over from Bailey George. Sliding tackle. And we'll have our first corner kick opportunity.
And that's strange. From what I saw, George has slid in here and hit it off of the leg of Wiley. But
Wooster, corner kick.
Referee making the decision for a corner kick here.
Kelsey Stone, the junior out of Colorado. Putting it down in the corner for Wooster. And the first attempt, Holly Thompson geared it wide.
Just not able to get her foot all the way around that. We'll see here in the replay. This
Entering
ball
for Case Western,
chipped out
22,
towards
Christina
the top
Hickson.
of the box. And then she hits it with the inside of her foot there, not able to get completely around it. Almost goes off the top of her ankle there and just rolls wide of the right post there. And it'll be a goal kick here for Unterborn. We see our first substitution, like you mentioned a couple moments ago, Tim.
Christina Hickson out of Orchard Lake, Michigan, a sophomore for Case Western on the field. Dunker's unable to turn. Riccozzi tries to find Thompson.
As a Michigan native myself, Tim, I can attest to, just the offensive style of play there on the east side of the state. We see Hickson now at the ball, who was the recent sub we just mentioned here, trying to make an impact here.
Nobody home, nobody chasing for Case Western on a chip from Meyer.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think Meyer just, whiffed that one, didn't get completely around that ball, and unfortunately just popped that one up. I think she would have gotten her left foot there around the ball a little more. We would have seen it go more towards the penalty kick area, which was, I think, what she intended to do here. Wooster now at the ball, but quickly dispossessed.
Looking to turn Dunkers. Zips it past Washburn. Again, every single touch is being challenged here from both sides. Here's an opening for Hickson. Help coming from the chasing Goltz. Meyer on the wing, angling left. Looking to cross. Interrupted there. Claire Davis on the interruption for Wooster. Back towards the center stripe. And across midfield as Bailey George settles down.
We've seen Case Western opt in to go here down the left side of the field for the majority of this first half. I haven't seen them make use of the far side of the field very much, Tim.
Throw for Wooster deep on their own side.
Meyer looks to the middle now. There could be a chance. Out to Hickson. Hickson now in the corner, plays a great cross in towards the middle, but that ball is immediately met by the Wooster defense.
Was looking for Washburn, who was the trailer. Now here's Dunkers. And there's the wide side of the field that you speak of.
Great cross in towards the middle, and that header redirected on frame, but right into the outstretched arms of Hutter, who just had great positioning there to snuff out that opportunity. We'll see here quickly on the replay. A wide open header. Good contact with it, but just not able to place it.
Best chance from either side. That was Kimberly Chin. 7 goals on the season for Case Western Reserve. They've been in possession here for quite a while.
I would agree with you there, Tim, and I think if you're Wooster, who's a defensively oriented team, like that's good, but at the same time, you're going to wear yourself out playing good opportunity.
Here's Dunkers breaking through. Rakosi there to help slow it up for the time being.
Ooh, and Meyer had so
swoops
much
in
space
again.
There. They just needed to find her a little bit earlier. She had all kinds of room.
I'll say this about Wooster defensively. They're very good at closing out quickly, cutting down on angles and opportunities. Gorjank lets this one bounce its way all the way towards Hutter and net.
The communication is just fantastic because when you see one player get beat, the other help defense is just immediately stepping, and the other player who just got beat is recycling. It's just textbook defense there. And they're able to double when they have chances there in the corner and just dispossess fast, but I think solid positioning has been what's helping Wooster in the majority here of these first 20 minutes.
Good opportunity. Rakosi, wide left.
I think Rakosi just kind of stretched for that chance. She didn't have a lot of room or time to get that shot off and just reached, unfortunately, clipping that one with her toe and sending it wide and left like you just said, Tim. We'll see another goal kick here, second of the night for goalkeeper number 1, Unterborn.
20 minutes into a scoreless first half in the NCAA Division III Women's Soccer Tournament. Sprinting wide. Hickson on the far side of the field. Tries to play it into the box. A tip will interrupt the potential offside.
Great move there.
Meyer individually stood up by Hutter.
Good defending here once again by Hutter. You see Meyer here with a great cut. You see great defensive positioning there by goalkeeper Hutter. And then there with the front smother here. And that will be a free kick here for College of Wooster. Referee not liking the way that Case Western contested that 50-50 ball.
Kelsey Stone waiting for her team to set up with 24:03 to play in the first half. With a right foot to the top of the box, headed by Hartzler. Brought down by Wooster, played out wide. Wiley backing her way in. Here comes Claire Davis, too tall.
It's not easy to redirect shots like that on frame, especially when it's bouncing towards you. We'll see our third goal kick here of the night. Right to Wooster, but not able to control here. We'll see another chance here for Case Western Reserve. That was a good attempt at a flick out wide by Hickson, but
Chen brings it in. Throw in far side of the field. Chen into Hickson. 3 bodies around her to the top of the box. The left foot attempt is too tall. Good look from Joanna Dunkers.
Has a really, really good opportunity here. And her first touch, unfortunately, was what did her from getting a goal there to putting that ball over the bar. She just popped it up a tiny bit and caught her whole foot under the ball, sailing over the left side of the goal.
Couple of game winners for Dunkers this year amongst her 5 total goals. Washburn chases. Now it's Chen, far side of the box. Trying to beat her defender. Hickson tried to direct with a right foot.
He just didn't have the angle to redirect that on frame. She was well defended there.
After it, Gorjank lets it ride out of bounds.
We see that double there again defensively by Wooster. Gorjank there committing the foul as she just got her legs tangled up with Wiley. We'll see number 18 for College of Wooster. That's Kelsey Stone here taking a free kick from almost an identical position as we saw a couple minutes ago here.
21 minutes left in the first half. Stone calls it out. Plays it along the near side. Was looking for Wiley.
We have the offside flag by the AR go up here. I think Wiley just looped outside past the back line while trying to make that run.
Stone tries again. Through. Zunic chasing. Played away by Rebel.
Smart defending there by Rebel. She didn't have many of her players back now, and Case Western won't be able to get their shape back here. We see a couple players here on the top of the box who aren't closely marked. If you're Wooster, you could be looking to target them. Another throw in here for Wooster. It's Kelsey Stone with the ball, playing up towards the corner.
Basically a reset.
But that ball, unfortunately, going over the end line for College Wooster. This will be a throw in now for Case Western. And look at how closely Wooster is packing their bodies up there into the corner. It's just so difficult for Case Western to be able to get anything.
Looking to counter. Hickson on the move. But it rides out of bounds.
They're going to call this a deflection, so it's another Case Western throw-in.
Gorjank flips it short. Knocked away by Stone. Hartzler surveying.
You got to get this ball out if you're Meyer here instead of trying to play towards the middle. Just look for the drop and swing it through your defense. You have tons of space out back. Instead, you're putting your teammate there, George, under just a ton of pressure. Luckily, she's able to deal with it. She had 2 people defending there and marking her. Lots of space on the far side of the field, but unable to connect.
Looking far side. On the chase, it's Chen to the edge of the box. Backing up.
Chen still somehow contesting with this ball.
Knocked out of bounds.
Number 7 there. Dunker is not able to get a good touch on that, but the ball still remaining in Case Western's possession here as it's another throw-in. Flicked towards Chen. This ball's whiffed towards the middle, but Wooster able to clear.
Rebel heads it out of play.
Not many chances to speak of here. These first minutes of the first half, we've seen that one good chance there by Case Western, trying to get that header past the outstretched arms of Hutter, but unable to do so. We've seen a couple opportunities here for Wooster, but just none looking nearly as dangerous.
Meyer looking to turn. Gorjank along the near side. A challenge from Gorjank along the near sideline. Out of bounds again. Washburn across. Washburn has some room in front. Davis on the chase. Out wide, it's Dunkers into the box. Opportunity. Hickson just missed. Never really had the right angle. Zipped it high and wide.
What a pass here by Dunkers. She just perfectly picks out Hickson here. Her touch there, unfortunately not the one she was looking for there, and it would have been a really fantastic goal there if she was able to get her foot on top of that and dip it towards that far post, but unable to do so. Another good look there. Hickson there would have had a great opportunity there, but just a step behind that back line. She'll be flagged for offsides, and now a free kick here for College of Wooster.
Subs at the table each way. Closing in on the final 15 minutes of the first.
And Wooster playing really compact here offensively even, which I think is part of the difficulty for them in maintaining possession when they're on offense. They're just not able to create any chances or space here.
Washburn playing through. Hickson in the box. Turning.
And that ball looks like it's out for a throw-in.
Subs are on. Helena Janzik and Chrissy Blanchard for Worcester.
And if you're Wooster,
number 19,
it's
Devin
great to play
Kretsch.
compact on defense, but if you're transitioning into offense, or especially when you have a free kick, you really got to stretch Case Western Reserve wide because you're just giving them too many opportunities to double and mark up.
In for Case Western, number 21, Emily Hauser.
Emily Hauser on for Case.
This is where Wooster really needs to get all of their players out wide. We see there's not even anybody on that far sideline for them. And Case Western's able to just keep all their players right up here and just keep them locked in.
A push in the back. The referee warning his assistant coaches on the Worcester sideline. Talking to Georgie Brown. 29th year at Worcester.
We see him flashing a quick smile down there from the sideline.
Geordie, 326 wins in his career, winningest coach ever at Worcester. Ranks among the top 30 in Division III history for wins.
That's quite a tenure there at Wooster, 29 years. Very few coaches able to say that they've been at one school for that long. I think that probably has a lot to play into the just rigid discipline nature of this defense here that we've been seeing tonight.
Washburn looking for Hickson, too strong. 13 minutes to play first half in a scoreless contest. And again, just not a lot of offense here from either side, although Case Western has pretty much been controlling possession. Worcester's done a very good job of cutting down angles.
like you said, Case Western's been doing a great job of keeping possession, especially on their opponent's half, but just not the possession we've been wanting to see in the final third, or that they've been wanting to see, should I say. They really got to get creative and outside of the box. A quick dispossession there.
Chrissy Blanchard out wide for Wiley, challenging, right on point, but Lauren Unterburn on the scene for Case Western.
They're just not putting it towards the corners, and it gives Unterborn an opportunity to just make a save when they're putting it right above her head there.
Unterborn at 5'4" in net. Foul on Wooster. Sets up a free kick for Case. Rebel with the honors. Headed on by Washburn, but left.
You got to give credit, though, on that last play to number 19, Blanchard, for causing that initial breakaway to happen there. She was so set in defensively and won that ball there in the Case Western half.
Out wide, Mary Kate Ford advancing. Changing direction. Past Hartzler. And here are the fresh legs of Blanchard, who just recently injured. Challenging again for Wooster. With 10:53 to go, it'll be another Case Western reserve throw-in. They have 2 subs ready to enter.
Not much to speak of here in the first half, with the exception of those couple chances. They were dangerous chances, but didn't look very dangerous, as the shots weren't too testing of these goalkeepers.
Washburn.
Good opportunity
to
here.
The feet of Dunkers.
We've seen Dunkers pull up shots from 25, 30 yards out 3 times this game now. I'd like to see her be able to get one all the way through, but they've just been closed down upon so fast. Wiley using speed here on the outside. She's able to beat one man. She's got space towards the goal, but well defended there by George as she clears that out wide.
Yeah, Bailey George was in position and waiting for Wiley to make her move. Never gave up position before playing it out of bounds at the 10-minute mark of the first half.
I think if you're Wooster right now, you have to be looking at these opportunities to be able to play the ball over top right now, because if you're looking at this back line for Case Western Reserve, they've been playing rather flat all game long, but they just haven't been tested, so they haven't needed to change that yet. We'll see a foul.
Washburn hits the deck. Referee saying settle down. I think you'll see both teams challenging a little bit more here in the final 9.5 to try to get something moving into the break.
I think it'd be indispensable to be able to secure a goal going into the first half break here, because it's gonna really change the tide of the game and the conversation that they're having in the locker room. If you're able to tally one, it's definitely demoralizing if you're the team who's going under here.
Subs on for Case Western Reserve. Taylor Bova, Ella Kopich.
In for the Spartans, number 9, Ella Kopich, and number 11, Taylor Bova.
And both Meyer and Dunkers getting some rest. They've been all over the field here in the first half. Good opportunity struck towards the back post by number 18.
It's Washburn.
Just not able to get any power on that.
Wait a minute, he called a foul before the shot. So this is going to give Case a great opportunity here. Washburn still got the shot off, which is the argument from Wooster. But the referee said she was pushed.
Yeah, I would need to see a replay here on that to really get a good idea of exactly what happened. Like you said, I believe it was a push after that shot. But even the spot on the ball seems a little off to me. But good opportunity.
Possibly the best chance for Case Western Reserve here in the first half.
Good strike towards the frame.
Washburn, wide left.
Yeah, and she's just not able to generate the power from that distance to really test a seasoned goalkeeper here like Hutter. Hutter just watching that one wide.
7:45 to play. And Jordy Brown having some words with the head referee.
You could hear the referee trying to explain his call there to the College of Wooster bench. He had argued that he was trying to let advantage play on that shot, but since nothing had come of it, he called it back for the free kick. And tensions rise here as we enter the final 7 minutes of the first half.
I just feel a sense of intensity increasing here.
There's definitely going to be urgency here going into the end. They really have nothing to lose. Score level right now. They're both going to be putting forth their best effort here offensively.
Hartzler
Good
into the box.
Just not a great touch there by Hickson, but it was a dangerous area to retain possession.
Here comes the counter, the speed of Wiley trying to beat 3 defenders through the middle. Rebel was waiting for it.
And you can get Wiley's frustration almost trying to do that by herself, but I think she'd have been better off playing that wide.
Down under 6.5 minutes to go in this first half of play.
The right idea there from Hauser, but just not able to connect with Kopich there.
Giving chase is Thompson. Rebel playing back to her netminder Unterborn.
We see the sun emerge from behind the clouds here.
It can warm up a degree or 50. I'd be okay with that.
Absolutely. I forgot my gloves here before the game, so I've been keeping them in my pockets all game long, Tim.
Free kick now for Case Western.
We see number 7, Bree Jarrell, for College of Wooster here standing on the near sideline, waiting for her chance to come in and make an impact here in the final 5 minutes.
Sunrise Communications, our crew here. Glenn's over there getting a sunburn underneath the heater.
This could be an opportunity for Case Western if they're able to work it around here. You just need to be patient. They have 5 minutes left. There's no need to push the ball too much in the final third.
Far sideline, Chen around a defender, looking to cross into the box. Washburn charging. Defended nicely by Wooster.
Good communication there by Hauser.
Kopich chasing. Did she keep it in along that end line? No, goal kick.
And that was so close. You could even see it from up here in the box that ball just barely made it over the end line there. Good call by the AR on the far side and the referee in the middle here. We will see that substitute
number 7,
come in.
Bree Jarrell, also in for the Scots.
Bree Jarrell and Lillian Miller.
Number 9, Lillian Miller.
With 4 minutes and change to go in the first half. No score from Joe Bean Stadium on the campus of Wheaton College in Wheaton, Illinois. Wheaton, the host of this 4-team brackets of the NCAA Division III Women's Soccer Championship Tournament. 3-0 victor over Webster in the opener today. Challenge coming from Wiley. And Rebel back on it, lets it ride into Unterborn with 3.5 to play.
Wooster not pushing too many people up into the opposing half right now. Looking mainly, I think, just to secure the current score line here. They haven't been pushing super hard with the exception of Wiley here.
Stood up on the far side.
Blanchard now chasing.
Nice little deke. Here comes Hauser across with room.
Trying to find Kopich here. Will she be able to get to it? She does.
Keeps it in. Kopich with the cross towards the box, headed away.
Chen with space on the opposite side. Flicks that
She'll
back.
serve it up. And rising to the challenge, Hutter.
And Hutter there, not with a lot of height, but strong hands there. Able to grab that ball. Luckily, she wasn't facing any tall opponents there as she went up for that. Number 18 there, Washburn. Not exceptionally tall herself, standing at 5'2", so.
Closing in on 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Throw in for Case Western.
And you could even see how defensively Wooster plays just by their goalkeeper's position. She isn't pushing up very high. She's just been hanging back on her line most of the game here, and this may be good here as this is an opportunity for Kopich, but Kopich not able to get in there in time to redirect a shot on frame. 1 minute and 30 seconds here remaining. We'll see Case Western here trying to push for that goal here, entering into the halftime break.
Played away. Jen Simonetti, the head coach at Case Western Reserve, her first year. Telling her team, you have to get to that ball first. As we near the final minute of the first half.
One minute remaining in the first half.
Case trying to bring it across. Kopich has it interrupted. And a foul on Wooster.
40 seconds here. The clock still going down.
Referee backing it up.
Now 33 seconds on the clock. Time still ticking away.
Bailey George right at the center line. Good service to the top of the box. Defended nicely. Now can Wooster counter here in the final 15 seconds? Here's Hartzler. Hickson
10,
out
9,
wide with the countdown
8,
on. Bova
7,
into the box.
6,
turning.
5, 4,
and
3,
offside.
2, 1.
We're heading to the
0.
half. It's scoreless.
At halftime of this first round
Get a good look at what happened there right before the half.
Soccer tournament. Your score is Case Western Reserve 0.
And we are scoreless. From
Reminder, the
Newton
restroom
College.
facilities are located underneath the grandstand of the football
break.
stadium, which is located to
The
the
teams
west
will regroup.
of the soccer field.
And much as we expected, a scoreless contest. Second half coming your way in a few.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that. And it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school, it's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
Be inspired by diving deep into the study of the Bible and understanding the theology behind our faith.
Be challenged with advanced study of biblical and theological knowledge.
Be equipped to expand your knowledge, build your academic skills, develop critical reflection, and serve for Christ in this kingdom.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
With Justin Majeski, I'm Tim Calderwood from Joe Bean Stadium on the campus of Wheaton College in Wheaton, Illinois. 45 minutes in the books in game number 2 today. No score between the College of Wooster and Case Western Reserve. 9-3 the shots in the first half in favor of Case Western. 4 of those shots were on target. 1 was on goal for Wooster. Most of the game played in the midfield. Case Western with a majority of possession early in the first half as well. Justin, what do we need to see here in the second half for either of these teams to find the back of the net?
For Case Western, I think you need to just, you've gotten your first 45 minutes and you need to just slow down and, play your game. They're obviously a great team offensively, but what they have to do is not get excited when they get into the final third and instead just be patient, work their opportunities. I think if they're patient and look for good opportunities instead of every single one, then they'll be able to find the back of the net. If you're College of Wooster, obviously you've been showing that you're a great team defensively, but you have to push offensively. You can't just settle back in, because not only is it going to make you even more tired here in the remaining 45 minutes or even farther out if we don't see another goal here scored in the second half, but also it doesn't give you very many good opportunities to be able to create pressure on Case Western, which allows them to just settle into their play and continue to work opportunities of their own. So I think you need to, settle in and then get wide immediately when you win possession and immediately start pressing instead of just trying to, work the ball up in that still compact formation. It's not going to do you any good because, Case Western's able to just pile in their players fast and dispossess and go right back to what they've been doing, which is own possession. So I think there's a lot to be worked on from the two teams. I think they probably talked about these things during the break, but I think shape-wise, College of Wooster has a lot to work on. Case Western just needs to be more patient. So see 23 seconds here on the clock till we kick off this second half matchup. Second game of the day. Wheaton College winning earlier with a 3-0 victory. The winner of this match will face Wheaton College in the second round matchup of the NCAA tournament.
In the world of we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, if we end up tied after 2 overtime periods. Of course, you have to have a winner in the postseason. They do have a penalty kick shootout to determine who advances.
And that would be after the
2 10-minute overtimes, yes.
Yes, correct.
Phil's looking at me and saying, why did you do that? We'll see what happens here in the second half. Lauren Unterburn only 1 save in the first half for Case Western. Molly Hutter made 4 for the College of Wooster.
In none of these shots on frame looking too dangerous by any means. We've seen, good opportunities, dangerous opportunities, but no dangerous shots yet. So we'll see who can crack the scoreline here. It's going to have to happen eventually. It's just a matter of when. 2 teams huddled up here on the field. You could see Case Western Reserve there on the screen right now in a tight huddle, trying to figure out how they can break this deadlock. Center referee in the center circle with the ball right now. It's still pretty chilly out here. The sun was out at the tail end of the first half. It's still out, but hidden behind a few clouds at the moment. We see it intensifying here. Hopefully that can warm up the players on the field a little bit.
It's warmed up to a balmy 37, my phone tells me. I love this November weather that feels like we're in January.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember last year when Wheaton hosted the first round of the NCAA soccer championship as well. It was pretty cold, but nothing like this. We didn't have piles of snow lining the entire stadium. So definitely not the weather we're used to over here in Chicagoland.
Away we go in the second half. Case Western with possession kicking off. The whistle from our head referee, Miguel Chavez. On the lines, Boris Vukovic and Brett Richter.
Great
Here's
opportunity.
a chance early. Oh, what a stop.
What a save.
Out of nowhere, Molly Hutter denies the attempt from Kopich.
Kopich there creating good space. Fantastic extension save there.
Corner kick.
fingertips keep this contest scoreless.
And that is why Hutter has boasted 13 shutouts on this season. But you have to give a lot of credit to number 7 Dunkers for creating the space in the first place.
Here's the corner kick. And the header denied as well.
It's going to take quite a shot to be able to break this deadlock there. As Hutter's displaying her goalkeeper skills here. She'll punt just to get the ball out of there.
But you're already seeing some more aggression from Case Western, and granted we're only in the second minute of the second half, but still.
Absolutely, and I think it was good there of Dunkers try to pass that one off instead of taking a shot like we've seen her do earlier in the first half. We still see Case Western playing super compact offensively, which is not doing them any favors right now. Now they're spreading out, but they're on defense at this point. Errant pass there will head all the way towards the center back. Wooster now with the ball, trying to play it up. Not finding feet, though.
Chen off the defender, utilizing the near side. Washburn gives chase. In control.
A lot of space for Kopich if they're able to find her on the back post. There's also space for Dunkers on top of the box, both unmarked. And this ball will be kicked out.
Another corner kick.
Spartan corner kick.
Second corner kick of the second half.
We'll see a run here towards the front post.
Dunkers puts it down, headed on. Team save. The defense was there to stop it initially.
You'll see Hutter go out for this ball here, and just one of the players able to get her toe to it. I can't tell which one, but cleared off the line there. That was number 22, Hickson, who was able to get her toe and get that under the left side of Hutter there.
Looked like Claire Davis was using that post as well to assist Hutter, who ended up with the secondary pickup.
Good defensive effort. We talked earlier, you can't just solely give Hutter all the credit for these 13 shutouts, and we see the Wooster defense coming up with a big stop there to deny 2 fantastic opportunities from Case Western Reserve in the opening 3 minutes of the second half.
.45 to go, scoreless from Wheaton College in Wheaton, Illinois. Winner to meet Wheaton, the hosts, 3-0 victor earlier. Possible handball, no whistle.
And now look at what happens when Wooster wins the ball. There's just nobody spreading out. They're not opening up any opportunities for other players, and they're giving away possession super quickly like that. What was it, 5 seconds that they had possession there? They're not doing themselves any favors.
Both teams seem to be into it more here in the second half as well, as Stone plays along the far side. Advancing, but no help coming. Ford sneaks in defensively to play it away.
It was about a 2v4 there. Unfortunately for Wooster, they didn't have numbers up by any means. Difficult to counterattack when you're playing so set in. Hickson with the ball now.
Speaking of counterattacks,
just look at how much wider Case Western is playing here on the counterattack. They're pushing numbers up. They have people. They're playing with pace.
Dunkers angling left. Goltz, one of the captains on this Wooster team, interrupts. Rebel out wide. And it'll be a throw in. Zunic challenging. Did she keep it in? No.
That'll be off of McDonald's head there. Another throw in for Kate Ford.
Challenge coming, Kelsey Hall.
Wiley now at the ball.
Wiley has been the one to utilize her speed. And her pass is interrupted. Chen towards the box.
That was a good penetrating run there by number 7 Dunkers, but unable to find her. There is number 5, I believe, for Case Western Reserve. Dunkers now at the ball.
Played away again.
In Case Western Reserve being the pace setters here in the first 6 to 7 minutes here of the second half, and
Washburn.
the majority here. We see Dunkers unable to get there in time. She would have had space to get a shot off had she got there in time.
Kopich into challenge. A lot of contact there, and the whistle is on Case Western Reserve. .38-20 to play. Scoreless. Hutter, who's been busy early. And again, it's a very quick possession for Wooster.
And now there could be an opportunity for Wooster if they're able to connect, but immediately dispossessed here. Case Western Reserve finding
Hartzler to Chen with some room. A lot of space there. Chen outside the box. Good D. McDonald for Wooster. Chen still in control, but nowhere to go.
There's a crunching tackle there by McDonald in the corner.
Back to midfield it goes. Bailey George out wide. And now Wooster just trying to dump it into space.
Not a bad idea if they have people up, but there was nobody anywhere near that back line able to get there in time. Wooster still with the ball, looking to swing here through the back. Being patient with the ball. This is struck forward, but right to a Case Western player. Dunkers playing it forward now.
Washburn challenge towards the center line. And McDonald serves it across. Here's Rebel, who's been all over the field for Case Western Reserve. Looking for Hickson. Dunkers playing across. Towards the goal it goes.
Forcing Hutter to play that out over the end line there. She didn't have a good option to find an easy outlet there. And this will be a throw-in for Case Western.
Taylor Bova
and for Case
on.
Western, number 11, Taylor Bova.
.55-55. A busy first 10 minutes of this second half. Ford trying to win in the corner. Playing across that far sideline. It's still in play.
Hickson able to trap that back to Mary Kate Ford, who's trying to play that one towards the top of the box. Doesn't get a lot on that, though. A little bit of a miscommunication allows Chen to retain possession here. Ford with the ball.
Again. Plenty of bodies around her, though. It's been that way consistently. Worcester's been able to collapse defensively. And now they'll try to slowly advance. Played out again off of Chen.
Choosing to work it down the left side all during the first half. They've swapped sides now. They're working it along the right side of the field here. Trying to test McDonald here for the first times of the night. She's been doing a good job here in the first 10 minutes.
Sub for Case Western here. Mary
And
Meyer.
Spartans, number 15, Meredith Meyer.
Meyer started but did not open the second half, so a little bit of a longer break for her.
And that was Kopich who was subbed out there, the one who had that fantastic shot on frame, denied by Hutter. in the opening minutes.
Now, Wooster's been able to withstand the surge to this point. Airborne. Nobody home on the offensive end. In case Western will ease it across. Looking to turn. Bova playing wide.
I think that's your problem if you're Case Western right now. You just mentioned there a minute ago, nobody home on offense. When you're playing so compact, you're playing defensively the majority of the game. It tires you out. You just want to get the ball out. When you get it, you're not really looking for feet there. And that's been the issue for them, is they have not been connecting well on the first, the second pass, even the third pass, right after they will win possession here. So they have possession right here. What can they do with it? Will they open up and find feet, or will they just play it forward and see if they give possession away there again?
Yeah, very quick possessions for Wooster.
That's what happens when you're tired. Case Western here, by dominating the pace of play and the flow of it, is able to give themselves some more rest time because they're able to just ping the ball around. They're not relying too heavily on one person.
Inside of 33 minutes remaining. Still scoreless. Case Western reserve easing onward. Goltz plays it away. Hartzler brings it down. And she stood up. Good challenge by Davis.
And this is one of the best counterattacking opportunities Wooster's had all game long, but they're not pushing numbers forward. We see 5 players back and only 3 up right now for Wooster.
Thompson to the edge of the box. Challenge. Zunic stood up, and the foul will be on Zunic.
You can't just grab the other player like that.
Free kick for Rebel.
A little bit of a size mismatch there, too, on the corner of the box, I think contributed to the two of them getting tangled up there. Ball flicked over McDonald. Texan with the ball now.
Again, it goes along the near side. Subs each way. For Case Western, first appearance for Francesca McDonald out of Stamford, Connecticut.
And for Worcester, number 19, Kristen Blanchard.
Chrissy Blanchard back for Worcester.
And for Case Western, number 29, Fran McDonald.
Referee doing some talking here with Wiley from Worcester. Clock is stopped at 31-13. The ball went out of bounds on the near side. And the conversation is in the middle. Throw in. Touch and go. Chen into the box. Washburn tried to chest it. Blasted away. Free kick coming for Worcester. Referee Miguel Chavez backing up the free kick location. Back to the top of the box. Played away. Chen chasing. One-on-one battle with McDonald. Chen wins it. Turning.
Unable to find Hickson there, but Hickson winning back possession. Chen's onside. She gets this one.
Chen wide. Just missed.
That was very, very close, and Hutter there just watching it go wide. There in the front post. She gets her foot around that, but no angle to be able to get anything.
Goltz made sure there was no angle. And here comes the goal kick with 15 minutes gone in the second. We remain scoreless.
And Hutter's goal kicks have not been going very far here over the course of the past couple of halves. We see one of her defenders elect to take it instead.
Ford plays on. Settling. Wooster looking to turn and counter. Room in front. Here goes Thompson out wide. And nobody on the trail end.
Hickson doing a good job there of holding up play, giving her teammates some time to...
The chip. Hicks into the box.
Good ball
playing far side, headed high.
You know, and that was a good little bit of team play there. Hickson did a good job there of making something out of a half-hearted chance there. She chips it all the way towards the back post. And you see the frustration there as Meyer's not able to get that one on frame. Just not quite tall enough to get her head on top of that and direct it down towards the ground. Another good chance for Case Western Reserve. 28 minutes and 27 seconds here remaining in the second half. We still remain scoreless, but Case Western Reserve has been doing most of the domination here in the second half.
Kopich is back into the game for Case Western Reserve. Rolling into the Wooster bench.
Claire Davis putting her body on the line there. A couple plays in a row.
McDonald looking for the middle. Takes it away from Wiley. Wide again. Washburn to the edge. Hickson back to the goal. Tries to make a move.
That's going to be a corner kick.
Mary Meyer with the honors for Case Western. This will be their third of the second half.
Case Western, corner kick.
And Washburn there alongside Mary Meyer here.
They go short. What a move. Washburn takes it, directs it out in front. Hutter collects the loose ball.
It was hard to see exactly what happened, but I believe that ball could have been directed towards Hutter there. She comes out with the ball in the end of that. Will opt to punt that one straight down the middle of the field. This probably will give away possession. McDonald here finally settling down on this. This ball will be played all the way back.
Unterborn really hasn't been busy here in the second half as we near 20 minutes gone, still scoreless. Does Wooster have some bodies to come in and help? They don't, as Kopich brings it across.
I think Hickson thought she had number 18, Washburn, in there.
Well, the Wooster bench is screaming, come get it.
If I were Wooster, I would be feeling a sense of urgency too. They've been playing on the backside of this most of the second half. They have not been creating many chances here at all, if any, but this could be a chance for them.
Hall. Airborne. And out of play. The throw for McDonald. Bounces away from Thompson. Playing wide. Washburn in control. Threads the needle of her defender. Playing for some space. Giving chase. Hutter out.
That was a good little bit of play earlier by Washburn. She would have been better off holding on to that for just a little bit longer. Kopich now still with the ball, met by McDonald. McDonald, good defending here, and that should have been a throw-in, I believe, for College of Wooster, but that one will go for Case Western. Kopich now flicking towards the middle.
Played away. Inside of 25 minutes left.
We see Dunkers here on the sideline as a substitute. Dunkers has been making quite an impact here over the course of the past couple halves. We'll see if she can come back in and help her team put their first goal on the board.
Kicked away. Ooh. Forward spins, pretty move to dance across the center line.
Not able to connect with Kopich there on the sideline.
Ball up towards the shoulders. Blanchard challenging McDonald. Out of bounds it goes.
A little bit more physicality here in the last minute that we've seen. It's only going to continue to get more aggressive here. 23 minutes and 47 seconds remaining. Here's still a scoreless game between the Spartans and the Fighting Scots.
Sub on. As you mentioned, Joanna Dunkers returning. 3 shots in the first half.
And that will be Bova, who gets substituted. McDonald remains on the field. Dunkers taking her spot, swapping her, McDonald, to the left side of the field.
For Case Western, number 7, Joanna Dunkers.
Gorjank takes her time, bringing it across. Hickson through.
And this is a great opportunity. There's a lot of space on the back post.
Angling left, Hutter on top.
Washburn could have gotten her foot under that. Kopich had all kinds of room there on the far post. There was good movement there by Case Western when they were pushing up there on the counter. They had numbers on both sides.
22:45 left, still scoreless. But you really wouldn't know it the way the Case Western Reserve has been playing here in the second half. They have dictated the pace of this game.
I believe if we see things go out the way that they are right now, I don't think Wooster is going to be able to hold on for too much longer. If they're able to make it through regulation, then I don't think that they'll be able to withstand Case Western Reserve for much longer.
It's a very stout defensive team, though.
They're only going to continue to get more tired, though, as this half goes out. They're already showing signs of fatigue just by their inability to keep possession offensively at the moment. They haven't done themselves any favors yet. Whatever went on in the locker room obviously hasn't fixed their shape in transition play. We see no player from College of Wooster here on the far left side of the field. And look at how tight Case Western's able to be defensively. And you just can't get passes off when they're that tight. Possession given away immediately.
In the air, McDonald heading. Steered along. Out wide, good challenge. Knocked out of play.
Individual effort there.
Gorjank. It's as deep as Wooster has been on the offensive side. And immediately it'll be a throw in for Case.
We see the coach here, or Wooster, speaking to a substitute who will be coming on soon. See if she can make.
Hickson rids her defender. Washburn couldn't control.
McDonald here, playing out towards Kopich. Kopich now, fighting on the sideline. Gorjank tries to find Dunkers in the middle, but just played behind her. This will be Rebel who lets it go out.
Out again. As we close in on 20 minutes to go in a scoreless matchup.
Donald trying to link up with Dunkers. Dunkers there trying to spin, just like we saw Mary Kate Ford do earlier here right in front of the press box.
Kopich between defenders.
Washburn with time and space.
Opening in front. And stood up. The defense from Wooster again on the scene.
Well closed off there by number 15, Benchich. She had to do that. Hickson was behind already. See Meyer going out, getting a piece of that one, trying to keep it in. Shepherded out though.
We'll have subs coming. Elena Janzik returns for Wooster. Kimberly Chen is back for Case Western.
In for Case Western, number 5, Kimberly Chen.
And Kopich hasn't put in too many minutes, but she's made quite the difference when on the field.
And for Wooster, number 22, Helena Janzik.
Chen as well. She's been showcasing her speed throughout the first and second halves.
Past Hickson. Hutter keeps it in play.
I think that was number 8 for Wooster, Thompson, who was able to get something on Dunker's shot there.
Taken away by Dunkers. Washburn battling with Riccozzi, who wins it, brings it across and plays wide. Thompson in pursuit.
Thompson's got to slow things up here. She doesn't have numbers yet in the box.
Good D, though, by Rebel. Cutting off and taking away.
Chen now's got space on the far side. She's able to find Meyer. He'd be better off just swinging it through the back here, but somehow that ball finds its way all the way to Dunkers, who looks for the through ball. Much too far away for Meyer to do anything about that.
A lot of one touches. Strong challenge on the far side. McDonald angling right, past Chen and rolling all the way to Hutter.
The idea was there, just not the accuracy.
Down to 17 and a half minutes.
We see Bly and Van Bibber here on the sideline, looking for their chance to get into this game. Gorjank there with the first header. Dunkers.
McDonald. Pushed right. Chen plays it along the near side.
Good passing patterns there.
Washburn in the corner. Slowly advancing.
Well defended.
And subs on.
That was Claire Davis of Wooster there, who is shadowing.
In for Wooster, number 2, Megan Badge.
Megan Badge is on for Wooster.
In for Case Western, number 17, Anaya Hartzler.
Hartzler returning for Case Western. Still scoreless here in the second half.
Wiley now with the ball. Fouled there on the far sideline. Wooster now able to push numbers up, so they choose. We see another substitute for Wooster appear on the sideline. It looks like the coaches are trying to make some tactical changes here.
Headed away. Played out. Yeah, they are digging deeper into the bench here in the second half. Claudia Partridge is on, sophomore from Minneapolis.
And the majority of their substitutions coming to in the midfield and
Western, number 28,
striker areas. So obviously they're trying to fix something here offensively. I still just can't get over how compact they are offensively. There's not a single body even on this half of the field at the moment.
15 minutes left. Geared away by Goltz. Brought down by Hartzler, played out wide. Far side.
Look at how hard Wiley's working here. She wins possession, no call here. She's got space, finds the top of the box, and that one's flicked up and just over the bar by the recent substitute.
Partridge.
We'll see here on the replay. I think Wiley would have been better off playing this ball right about now. She takes an extra touch instead. Partridge trying to get that shot off fast. I think she has to reach for it a little bit. Just gets her foot under that.
Goal kick upcoming.
.13 minutes and 52 seconds here on the clock. Still scoreless. Not that that's much of a surprise to either of us, Tim. You had suggested that it would be a hard-fought match, possibly with a 1-0 scoreline. It's looking to be that way right now, if they're even able to get one goal. Could see this one go to penalty kicks. But it's too early to say if that's the case. Case Western Reserve has been putting on quite the pressure here in the second half. I believe it's only a matter of time before they're able to create another chance. See if they can get it past the arms of Hutter. It's been exceptional tonight.
They haven't been able to press ahead lately. Worcester's been dropping 4 to 5 back consistently.
They've almost been parking the bus in a sense without the goal to park it with. Good ball here towards Meyer. Meyer now has time and space.
Into the box.
Cuts it well. Isn't able to get it past the second man, though. That was well defended.
Rakosi into help, and a high one hits the crossbar.
And that was an attempted cross by Dunkers towards the
Trip
back
up
post.
outside the box. Play on.
This has been some crazy soccer here in the last minute.
Rebel to Ford. Onside is Hartzler. Keeping it in. Hartzler beats the initial defender. Rakosi runs into Hartzler. Challenge outside the box.
And everyone's on the ground.
Still in play down there.
She needs some help right now.
Ford puts it on target, but rolling to Hutter.
Quite the chaotic last minute and a half for Wooster and Case Western. The initial play starting off with some good passing by Case Western. Dunkers trying to play that ball towards the back post to Washburn, hitting the crossbar. And that ball ultimately being able to be cleared by Wooster after the shot was straight into the arms of Hutter.
Still bouncing in play, back onto the Case Western side. Ford will take the throw. .11:20 to go in this scoreless matchup. Opening round action in the NCAA Division III Women's Soccer Championship Tournament. Taken away by Chen. Chen feeding it through for Hickson.
Hickson's going to be able to get there, playing a ball in towards Washburn. Up to Dunkers. Dunkers striking towards the back post, but not able to get her foot on that enough. And that ball sailing wide as Hutter's able to watch it through. We see ball follow all the way through. Washburn not able to get anything on it. Dunker is unable to finish that one off. We draw close to 10 minutes here.
Throw in coming. defensive third has been so strong for Wooster throughout the contest.
Couldn't be more right there, Tim. Once again, dispossessed. Case Western has been owning possession here.
Hartzler has the angle with the trailer. Hartzler trying to win herself. We've got a whistle.
And that's
Is this going to be a PK?
It's a penalty kick. And we'll see here on the replay.
It was Hartzler.
Hartzler clearly beat her man there. And just number 6 there for Wooster. Goltz was playing the body a bit too much. Unfortunately, caused her mark to trip, and that's a penalty kick. 9 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. And this is not good for the Fighting Scots here.
Washburn, the leading scorer for Case Western Reserve during this record-setting year. Records for her. She'll put it down 1-on-1 against Hutter, who has been one of the best in the nation this year.
And the coach here for Wooster suggesting that she's going to be shooting towards the bottom left. She drops her shoulder, though, and shoots the other way, and what a save.
How about Hutter? Look how fired up she is.
Honestly, you have to tip your hat right now. The only reason Wooster is in this game still is Hutter.
Second look. Wow. Closing in on 9 minutes left.
And I'd be scared now if I were Case Western Reserve to let this game go to a penalty kick shootout. The confidence that it gives a goalkeeper to be able to get a penalty kick saved under their belt puts them on fire. So if you're Case Western, you really need, oh, that's a dangerous foul there. I'd be surprised if there's not a card, but the referee instead just issuing a warning. She swept her legs out.
Down to 8.5.
This game's going to get heated here as 8.5 minutes remain on the clock.
Ford missed the targets. Sub on.
McDonald will come off. Number 20, Gennett will come on.
For Worcester, number 20, Peyton Jeanette.
Peyton Jeanette's first appearance.
Jeanette, my bad.
Jordy Brown has been going to a lot of different bodies here in the second half. Players who did not see the field in the first 45. And here comes another one of those. Another sub on, Zunic, who did play most of the first half, in fact was a starter. Down to 7:35 left.
We see Wooster packing the majority of their offensive players with their bigger players here on their roster, such as Wiley and Zunic here. Dispossessed. That's Mary Kate Ford here with the throw-in. Playing well off of Chen.
Hickson in control. Across it goes. And a throw for Case Western. Get a sense of urgency coming here, even though there's a lot of time left with just under 7 minutes, but has to be frustrating for Case Western the way they've played in this contest to not have a goal. And here's going to be another opportunity.
Yeah, if you looked at the stat sheet, you would imagine that Case Western would have a goal or 2 or 3 here in this second half alone. It's been quite the valiant effort here. College of Wooster able to hold on to the 0-0 scoreline at the moment, but this is going to be another dangerous opportunity. Case Western able to get a header on frame here in the first half, directed right to Hutter. We'll see if they can put something at her here.
The free kick into the box. Guided away. Chen tracks it down. She's tripped up. And another chance coming.
And these are the chances I think that you can really take advantage of against Hutter, as she lacks the height here to be able to go up against some of these taller players, such as number 7 here, Dunkers, who's right in front of the goalkeeper.
Trying to screen her, yeah.
Honestly, you should just be putting the ball right there into the middle.
5.5 left. Here's Myers. Aiming far side to the top of the box. Hartzler in there. And Wooster sidesteps another one.
George outletting that. Dunkers with the ball. Well met, though.
Corner kick.
That's Goltz there with the tackle there in the end. Not fouling her this time.
Case Western corner kick.
Dunkers will put it down.
Just under 5 minutes here as we'll see yet another corner kick here for Case Western. This one will be driven right towards the middle here, finding the feet.
Washburn directed to the wide side. Ooh, blasted upstairs by Dunkers.
And Dunkers visibly frustrated after missing that one. That one being blocked by the defense. And then Dunkers, with time and space there, it's difficult to catch a volley when it's bouncing up and still rising as opposed to falling down there, Tim. Difficult chance, and Dunkers not able to get that one on frame. You know, what do they have to do to get the ball in the back of the net?
Worcester's done a good job of defending set pieces.
It's either going to be a fantastic shot or just a horrible mistake that's going to be able to break this scoreline here in regulation.
In control, Ford has it knocked away. Chen off the quick restart. Ford, too high.
Once again, not getting her foot all the way around that for the cross. 3 minutes and 30 seconds here. Time continuing to wind down. The scoreline still 0-0. Stellar defensive effort here by the Scots. Not so much on the other end of the ball. Case Western Reserve here looking to press here. Up to Hickson.
Chen settles, turns towards the box. Out wide it goes. Meyer. And an attempt upstairs. Wow. Literally have to just wonder what it's going to take for one to work its way into the back of the net.
The shots from distance by Case Western have not been their forte this evening. They have not been able to put anything dangerous on frame. They've just been shots that are still rising as they go above the goal. I think they need to take one touch. She had time to take a touch there before striking that. Washburn and Meyer had done well to get it to her in the first place. And that's where the space is right now for Case Western when they're working the ball around in the final third. If they can work it into the box and then instead of looking straight to the middle outlet towards the top of the box, have their players just take one touch and then try to see if you can slot something.
Closing in on 2 minutes. Rebel. To an opening. Ford in pursuit. Now Chen back to Ford. Slowed up.
Dunkers dispossessing.
Good play by Dunkers. Washburn working her way in, draws the crowd. Washburn out wide. Chen turning left. We've got a whistled flag in the air offside. Closing in on the final minute.
Case Western unable to finish any of their chances here in the second half. Needless to say, they've made quite a few. Just haven't been looking fantastic with the exception of a few chances here the beginning of this second half. Chen to chase, unable to get there in time. It will be a Wooster throw, and under a minute left here.
Final 45 seconds in regulation time.
And Wooster will take their time. I don't think that they're looking for a goal here in the final minute of this game. They're just trying to stay alive here.
Ford along the near side. 20 seconds. The throw in. A whistle,
10,
and the countdown
9,
is on.
8,
Can Wooster
7,
get off this free kick?
6, 5.
They don't have
4,
a chance to set it up.
3, 2, 1.
And we're going
0.
to extra time.
At the end of regulation of this NCAA
Scoreless
women's soccer
through 90
tournament
minutes.
matchup, in the
OT
first
1 in
round, it
moments.
is Case Western 0, College of Worcester 0. Following a brief 5-minute interruption, we will have the start of the overtime period.
Overtime after this.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that, and it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school, it's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
We're going to extra time. You look at the stats and you sure wouldn't know it. In the second half, Case Western with a 12-2 advantage in shots for the day, 21-5. But Molly Hutter has made 9 saves for Wooster in goal. And thus we are scoreless and heading to overtime. Golden goal to determine who meets the host Wheaton in the second round tomorrow. From Joe Bean Stadium in Wheaton, Illinois, glad you're along.
I've been extremely impressed with just College of Wooster's ability to stay in this match, Tim. Like you said, Hutter posting an impressive 9 saves, but also, you have to tip the hat to the defense who made a striking save off of the goal line there on a corner kick opportunity. But if you're Case Western, you have to be proud of all the chances that you've created and the offensive pressure you were able to generate. But at the same time, I haven't been incredibly impressed with their shots from distance. They haven't been on point by any means. They've been sailing pretty far over the bar. So I think what they need to do now, since they've been able to create the chances that they weren't able to in the first half, is just be a little bit more patient and calm on the ball. When they do make that opportunity, you have to finish it. Your finishing just has to go up here. So if you're Case Western, you're going to be looking for that. If you're Wooster, you have to figure out a way to make and spark some offensive pressure. So we'll see here as we begin the first period of extra time. It will be 10 minutes. It's a golden goal overtime periods followed by a penalty kick shootout if we are still scoreless. Only time will tell here in this second matchup of the day. This is Justin Majeski.
Hi, Justin.
Just thought I'd remind anyone who's watching here.
I'm Tim Calderwood. There you go. I did hear Jen Simonetti from Case Western talking to her team, and before this overtime session gets underway, kickoff for Case Western, she told her team, keep playing our game. It has to be frustrating to not see any goals on the board right now, but they've done absolutely everything right. You just have to give a lot of credit to the back line of Wooster and the way they've been able to play defensively, which we've talked about a lot already with Molly Hutter and her stout performance in goal. There's a reason why she's been one of the best in the country this year.
And if they're able to pull off this win tonight, it would even increase her shutout record even more.
Tied for the most shutouts in the nation. She's recorded 8 consecutive shutouts for Wooster. First minute of extra time.
Sure, it would feel fantastic, too, to be able to post a shutout with
opening. Wiley sprinting ahead. Foul. Free kick for Wooster. This could be their best opportunity of the entire day.
I'm incredibly surprised, too, although that was a crunching tackle that was called. I thought that George had completely gotten her leg behind the ball on that one. She didn't come from a outrageous angle by any means, but nonetheless, both teams will talk this out.
Clock is stopped now at 8:36. Wiley shaken up. Kelsey Stone has taken the kicks for Wooster. She'll come sprinting in.
Like you said, this is probably Wooster's best opportunity of the night here. Pretty favorable position here. It's quite a ways out, but that doesn't mean that it's any less dangerous. I'm sure we'll see a shot on frame and maybe even a rebound here that could prove beneficial.
Goltz and Stone are both there. It'll be Stone with a right foot right at Laura Unterborn, who rises to the challenge.
And Unterborn, who hasn't seen very much over the course of the last 45 minutes, facing her first shot on frame since the first half. Able to deal with it coolly. Case Western
countering, onside, Hickson. Guess who? It's Hutter again.
And the referee now calling offsides. The flag had gone up.
But and you could see she was in front of Stone on the replay.
Yeah, and obviously that one didn't test Hutter that much as the referee let it play out. Will be called back to about 20 yards up off the end line.
Along the near side, still in play. Wide it goes.
What a ball.
Hartzler to Chen. Controlling outside the box.
Chen cutting outside here, looking for a cross to the middle. Tangled up there, and that ball will be poked all the way through. Wooster now on the races. Great sliding tackle there by number 17, Hartzler for Case Western Reserve. This will be a throw-in for Wooster.
Stone with the honors. Kopich controlling to Hickson. Kopich now with room. Taking to the edge. Kopich 1-on-3. Retreating. Stone on the scene.
And Kopich there, unfortunately, expiring all of her opportunities to pass there with that cut.
Foul.
That was a kind of a debatable call there by the referee, but going in favor of Wooster, giving them a little bit of a break here from the pressure Case Western has been putting on.
Inside of 6.5 left in our first extra session. Stone with a free kick. Washburn playing through. Wooster almost looks re-energized here in overtime.
Doing a little bit better of getting spread out, but still now pulling too many up top here. They were almost vulnerable to a counterattack opportunity there, closing in fast enough to be able to regain possession here. That's George there with the crunching tackle. Dunker's here.
Dunker's in pursuit. Looking for Hickson. And Goltz will play it away.
Mary Kate Ford there pulled up a bit too high, opening her up for that counter. Luckily snuffed out there on the back line. Dunker's looking to switch this all the way out.
Advancing on it comes Gorjank. Changing course. Playing wide. Chen will wait for it to arrive. Turning left into the box. Back out it goes. Halfway through our first extra session. And a goal kick. Subbing in for Wooster, Elena Janzik.
In for the Fighting Scots, number 22, Helena Janzik.
Clock running at 4.5.
Overlap coming on the outside. If Kopich is able to keep her head up, Dunker's now at the ball trying to flick forward to Hickson. This ball comes all the way out towards Chen and Washburn, but cleared out wide. Mary Kate Ford now with the ball.
Wooster takes it away. Looking to counterattack. Wiley using her wheels, far side of the field. George, though, with position. And here comes the throw in with 3:45 to go. Stone. Challenged by Kopich. Works her way around. No one there.
And for Worcester, number 7, Bree Gerald.
Bree Gerald is on her first appearance in this extra session. Down to 3 minutes left in this scoreless overtime. Again, Wheaton is awaiting the victor tomorrow after a 3-0 decision earlier today against Webster.
2 minutes and 30 seconds here as his throw and goes in.
Hickson meets Bensick defensively. Hickson with some room in front.
Heavy ball towards Kopich, but Kopich is going to be able to get there.
Keeps it in the corner. Gorjank with a right foot. Washburn chases. Who's that off of? Up flags in the air, so it'll be an offside. And now 2 minutes left. Hutter with the goal kick. Can the speed of Wiley go get it?
Outruns the ball, though. Unfortunately, Wiley now back with it. Ball pinballing around there in Case Western's half. Hickson trying to play off to Dunkers. Unable to find her feet. Ball still remaining in Case Western possession, but possession is changing so fast that when I finish my sentence, it's with the other team.
George, wide. Dunkers playing to Chen, giving chase, crossing. Hutter comes to get it. Final minute.
1 minute.
No
1 minute
surprise there,
in
and
the
Hutter
first
will
overtime.
slow down the pace of play, allowing her team to get her shape back before punting this ball up towards the middle of the field. Well settled there, but Wooster now with the ball, playing out to Wiley.
Unterborn. Nearing the final 30. And again, to play 2 10-minute overtime sessions before you reach the shootout scenario to determine who would advance.
What a step there. 15 seconds.
Stone at the center line.
10.
Countdown
9,
is on.
8, 7.
Dunkers
6,
hurries.
5.
Hickson had to
4,
wait to stay on
3,
side. Hickson has to
2,
hurry from the edge of the box.
1,
Misfires.
0.
And we're going to a
At the end of
second
the first
overtime session.
The score remains scoreless.
It'll be 2 minutes
Case Western
between
0,
OT1 and
College of Wooster 0.
OT2, so we will
head to the
take a
second
quick
overtime
timeout.
period, following a brief 2-minute
And
intermission.
then 10 minutes more. This is the NCAA Division III Women's Soccer Championship Tournament.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that, and it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school, it's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
Play on. OT2. I'm Tim Calder with Justin Majeski. It's Case Western Reserve and the College of Wooster, both from Ohio, meeting here in the suburbs of Chicago.
Case Western here looking to put an end to this before it goes to the penalty kick shootout. Sorry.
You look at the penalty kick as really being the big turning point of this game. The leading scorer, the record-setting scorer, Annika Washburn, had a penalty kick attempt that was stopped near the end of regulation. And really from that point on, Wooster, I won't say that they've dominated possession or created more opportunities, but they seem to gain some life as a result of their netminder Molly Hutter stopping that PK and keeping their season alive.
Absolutely. They looked reinvigorated in the sense it didn't look completely Case Western dominated there in that first period of extra time. However, I think Wooster still has leaps and bounds before they're able to play on Case Western's level here, at least in this extra time period. However, I would take the College of Wooster in a penalty kick shootout, just given how on fire Hutter has been this entire season, but especially tonight with a PK save already under her belt. That level of confidence you just aren't able to get any other way as a goalkeeper.
10 minutes until we get to that point. If neither team scores here in the second OT, it is officially recorded as a draw, at which point the winner will be determined by the penalty kick shootout. And neither team wants to get to that point because really when you talk about penalty kick situations, it's just a matter of luck in a lot of cases. So you don't want it to come down to that. Wooster will have it here to kick off OT2.
Penalty kicks are a very mental game. Typically the teams with the strongest mental tenacity are the ones who come out on top, or the ones with the goalkeepers on fire, and I think Wooster has both of those. Despite Case Western's offensive domination of the majority of this game.
We're underway in OT2. Mary Kate Ford bringing it across for Case Western along the near side. Good challenge by Wooster defensively. Easing it across is Thompson. Still in play, no. Throw for Case Western. Wooster thought it was their throw.
Originally it had been, I believe it just got tangled up in Wiley's leg as she fell off of her mark at the end of the play.
A minute into OT2. Hickson turning left. Davis plays it on. Unterborn is there. She'll back up and receive.
Unterborn trying to play this one up quickly towards Chen.
Challenge from Dunkers, looking for the ball. Ford using space. Chen in pursuit. Goltz controls. Ford on the throw. Goltz again challenging Chen. Play it along. Back towards midfield.
This ball still in play. Hickson with the ball. Playing out wide towards Chen. It's been stuck over here on the right side of the field here for quite a bit of time. Washburn now trying to make a good turn. Still having the ball. Trying to play wide, but just cut out.
And again, that experienced back line of Wooster denying the opportunity.
Good opportunity with time and space here.
Here's Hartzler. Stood up. She ran into three bodies. Wooster looking to counter quickly. There's some room here. Thompson brings across.
Not with numbers, but with momentum at the moment.
Riccozzi turning left towards the box. Blanchard. And do we have a corner? No, it's a goal kick. With 7:13 to go. Sub on for Case Western as Taylor Bova returns.
I think one of the difficult things for Wooster with their counterattacks is that they're keeping their entire back line on their half of the field when they're pressing offensively. If you're a winger, such as Blanchard was there in that pass play trying to find an outlet, you have no drop, no support there from the outside back because they're not pushing up to help you. Makes it especially difficult there to find a cross to the middle when you're being defended well.
6:35 left in the second overtime.
See, and now Blanchard right now, the only option she has is to look to the middle. She doesn't have anything behind her because number 20 there, Jenna, is just not giving her anything.
Backing up on it. Bouncing out of bounds. Sub on.
4 minutes gone here in the second period of extra time.
Elena Van Bibber, first appearance for the freshman from Pennsylvania. .5:45 to go.
In for Case Western, number 2, Helena Van Bibber.
Forward along the near side. Out of bounds. And now Case Western just looking for some fresh bodies. Rachel LeBlanc
Case
is
Western,
in.
number 24, Rachel LeBlanc.
The referee
Bring
there
it back.
tried to play advantage on that, but realized that that ball was not heading towards any Case Western player. The coaches for the Scots urging their players to be compact and sit in here. Good opportunity here. And you're going to hear contests from the bench there for a penalty kick, but you can't really call something that light here in this stage of the play.
We're past the midpoint of the second extra session.
Great pass to find Chen on the outlet.
Still in play. Rebel turns left.
Good composure there by Rebel to find the switch all the way with her outside back. Trying to find Hickson, but not a good pass opportunity there as she was marked very closely.
Blanchard chasing.
Wooster putting a little bit more pressure than we've seen here lately.
Free kick for Case Western. Oh, we're going to have a stoppage of the clock. Maybe a card, perhaps?
Maybe. He has not been issuing any cards all game
And he
long.
hasn't stopped the clock either. He just wanted to have a few words. Free kick.
I haven't seen something like that in quite a while, Tim.
Headed over towards the box.
Not in soccer, at least.
3.5 left.
Good opportunity here.
The opportunity for Hartzler. She'll put it on target. Just missed. Good stop. Rebound. Second chance. Denied again out in front.
It's just insane.
Wow. 2 point-blank opportunities.
I have no idea how Hutter saved the second shot, but as it came down, point blank, number 2 for the Case Western Reserves, Van Bibber not able to redirect that one on frame. Or she was able to, but Hutter able to snuff that opportunity out.
How many times has Case Western had an opportunity? Let's go back and look at that sequence.
Great shot off the crossbar.
Out of nowhere for one. Wow. Down to 2.5 minutes in a scoreless contest.
Blanchard there doing a good job with her strength to get that ball forward, but now Case Western with the ball again. 2 minutes and 16 seconds on the clock still. Wooster just trying to survive.
Here's Hartzler.
Hickson with the ball to Chen. Chen now looking out wide. Bova towards the middle.
Hutter challenges again.
She's slowing this game down, letting her team get up here. You could just see how tired this Wooster team is. They're not pushing anyone up right now. They're just sitting in at the moment.
Under 2 minutes.
It's an endurance test for them as Case Western continues to press.
Gorjank sprinting on. Playing wide. Gorjank with it again. Hartzler to Chen, a little bit out of her reach.
That was a great ball, but Chen just unable to control that one.
Sub on
In for
for
Case Western,
Wooster.
number 12, Mary Kate Ford. In for Worcester, number 21, Kelsey Hall.
Kelsey Hall returning. Mary Kate Ford is back for Case Western as well. We reach the final minute.
1 minute remaining in the second overtime period.
Hickson, challenge, and it is going to be a free kick for Case Western. They've got to hurry, though. The referee hasn't stopped the clock. Claire Davis is right on top of the play, and now we're going to have the clock still running here with 40 seconds.
And Claire Davis.
And now we're going to have a stoppage and probably a yellow for a delay of game.
Yeah,
yep.
that's
Out
gonna
comes
be a
the
yellow.
card. It was kicked away by Janzik.
Honestly, not exactly the best play to make as far as whether or not you want to win a card, but
Number
kind of
10
smart
Worcester,
there.
Crenary Rakosi,
Able to give her
has been
team
cautioned.
time to be able to get back and get their shape. They were not ready for that. I believe that's why number 4, Claire Davis, was still on the ground. She obviously wasn't hurt there, but they want to stall the clock as much as possible to give their team time here to set up correct for this. This is a dangerous opportunity. Case Western has been so strong.
Chen's got to have it herself here, right?
It's hard to say. She might try to look towards the back post. Headers have been looking good for them all game long. It's quite a far opportunity. She's a right footer, so she's either going to go right over the wall here.
Chen into the wall. Now can Wooster counter? And there's going to be a stoppage here with 27.4 and a yellow card coming on Case Western. It's on Gorjank.
Case Western's number 8,
It's not
Laura
surprising
Gorjank,
to see
has
these
been
cards
cautioned.
coming out here in the final minute of the game with the scoreline still 0-0 somehow. I would have expected some cards earlier in the game with some of the stuff that we saw happen, but Scott's now looking to push this ball forward for one last opportunity.
Clock is running. The free kick to the near side. Still in play and now bounces out. Throw in for Case Western. Final 15 seconds. Do they have time for a chance here?
10.
Countdown
9,
is on.
8.
Here's
7,
Janzik
6,
to the top of the box
5,
with a right foot.
4,
Unterborn
3,
slides right.
2, 1, 0.
Wheaton will await the winner of a
Final
penalty
score of
kick
this match
shootout.
of the NCAA Division III Women's Soccer Tournament is
Officially
Case Western
ends in a
0,
scoreless draw.
College of Worcester
But we're going to
0,
need penalty
ends in a
kicks to
scoreless
determine
tie.
who advances.
The two teams will now hold a penalty kick shootout to determine the advancing team to tomorrow's second round of the NCAA Division III Women's Soccer
For those
Tournament.
of you who aren't familiar with penalty kick shootouts here, each team has 5 shooters. If there's a team that remains victorious after the best of those 5, then the game ends there. But if the teams are tied after the 5 shooters, they will send out 1 shooter each until one team is able to remain victorious here.
And again, this is going to officially end in a scoreless draw. Hutter, a 9th consecutive shutout for Worcester. And number 15 on the year.
I would not be wanting to go up against her right now in a penalty kick shootout.
Well, and here's the thing, really, the way this game has transpired, Unterborn hasn't really been challenged regularly either for Case Western, so you would think with that the advantage is indeed to Wooster.
You have a goalkeeper on fire right now, and like you said, a goalkeeper who hasn't really seen much all game long. I think I see Hutter there down in the huddle smiling. And, I tip the hat to her, and I give this game to Wooster given how, on fire she's been the entire night. But we will see here as the minutes wind down here before this penalty kick shootout. It's going to be a very big nail-biting finish here to this opening round. Only one team will move on from this game.
Captains are coming together, and the choice will be whoever wins the toss, you shoot first or choose the side. Do you want to shoot first or do you want to shoot second in a penalty kick?
It really depends on, how your team's been doing throughout. If I'm Case Western, I want to shoot first. I want to get that goal. If you're able to get the first shot past Hutter, I think that it gives your team a whole load of confidence knowing that she can be beat. But I think if you're College of Wooster, you put your faith in your goalkeeper and you show them that if they can't get the first shot past your goalkeeper, then it's going to be a difficult rest of the shootout. So it's kind of a mind game in this sense. It's also important to note that out of the 5 shooters that they're selecting here for this, they have to have been players who were on the field here at the end of regulation here in the second period of overtime. So we'll see which players each team decides to select. I think there will be some obvious choices here for each team. We'll definitely see Washburn here, leading goal scorer, record goal scorer for the Case Western Reserve. We'll probably also see players with the likes of Wiley for Wooster. Definitely see dunkers as well. It'll be interesting to see because Wooster definitely has the experience here. I haven't really looked to see if they've been in a penalty kick shootout scenario here before.
Well, you wouldn't have one in the regular season unless you're in a tournament.
Yeah, I was just speaking previous years in the NCAA tournament. They're definitely their own beast and very, very difficult for teams who aren't experienced or haven't experienced one before.
It is something that does get practiced from time to time during the season, though.
Yes, but
I know a lot of people use it as kind of like a fun way to end a practice, plus it gives you that experience potentially.
Yeah, but doing it in front of fans is a different thing, especially when your season is on the line here. So, I mean, lots of these players, probably the last time that they had a penalty kick shootout was in their high school club games, possibly in tournaments. You just don't see them as much until you reach, obviously, tournament stage here collegiately.
Wheaton is awaiting the winner of this shootout. Now, it looks like where the ball is placed, the shooting, it appears, will be to the left side.
I've been in my fair share of shootouts myself as a goalkeeper here. I've faced some PKs too while playing for Wheaton's team while I was here a couple years ago, and I just can't emphasize the pressure that's on both the shooter and the goalkeeper, especially here. Season on the line. I've never been at that position, at least at the collegiate level by any means, so stressful time for both teams here as they take the field. We'll see the shooters head towards the center circle. Both teams will send their 5 players up to the midfield line. They'll be instructed to stay within that circle. They'll send each player individually. The goalkeeper, as you'll see, will both remain by the goal.
It's Lauren Unterburn, the Case Western goalie, a senior. Molly Hutter, who we've talked about a ton for Wooster, a junior.
So it looks like we will see Wooster taking the first kick here. Hutter is instructed to stand outside of the 18 there as she waits for her turn. in net.
First will be Wiley for Wooster.
I'll be curious to see how strictly the referees enforce the goalkeeper staying on their line until the ball is struck. That's definitely a hot topic when it comes to penalty kick shootouts. If the goalkeeper leaves her line early, coming forward, then the referee can call the kick back. So
College of Wooster takes the first attempt.
Here's the first attempt. Wiley hit the save and the post.
What a save.
Utterborn knocked it off the post, and then it towed the line.
That's a fantastic save. She waits till the last possible moment, but she read that well. Wiley opened up her hips at the last minute, didn't drop the shoulder there. Telltale sign of shooting
is number 1, Molly
towards
Hutter.
that far post there.
So here's Kimberly Chen to try to give Case Western the lead.
For Case Western.
One nothing Case Western.
That's a great shot. Hutter reads it well, but right into the side netting. Impossible for a goalkeeper to stop there.
At the end of the first round, Case Western
just past her fingertips. Good composure there by Chen. And this gives Case Western the 1-0 lead here in the penalty kick shootout.
Anaya Hartzler.
This is a must score here for Wooster.
And they do.
Coolly and calmly into the bottom left corner.
Alexa Bensick ties it.
And you see Utterborn taking that step towards her own left there and unable to change her momentum there.
The next attempt for Case Western is number 18, Annika Washburn.
And this is going to be a mental game here. Washburn,
remember, was denied by Hutter, and this time she gives Case a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, and Hutter just tried to cheat that one too much towards the same spot that she'd shot earlier
Washburn's
this game.
attempt is good. Case
See her
Western
take 2
leads
steps.
2-1.
She did it too early, unfortunately, and just gives her time to put that one right down the middle there.
Bree Gerald kicks for Wooster.
Tied at 2. Bree Gerald.
It's important to note that Hutter's either going to have to come up with a stop or Case Western's going to have to miss for them to be able to have a shot at winning this penalty kick shootout here.
Johanna Dunkers.
Kicking for Case Western, number 7, Johanna Dunkers.
We've seen Dunkers as a primary offensive target throughout the game. She hadn't been able to put many of her shots on frame, though, from farther out. We'll see if she can do it from the penalty kick line here.
This is round 3, and we're tied at 2. And now Case heads to the 4th round. Up a goal.
At the end of round 3.
Remember, because it was Lauren Unterborn with a tremendous
3-2.
save on the first go, which is why it's a 3-2 edge. So this is a virtual must score now for Wooster here in the 4th round.
Unless you want to put that kind of pressure on your goalkeeper, absolutely. I can't agree more. You can't expect Hutter to be able to make 2 saves back to back. So this is a big kick right here.
Mackenzie Goltz. Tied at 3.
Once again, well read there by Unterborn, but well struck too. She hits this one with her laces here to the upper end of that far right corner. And now, number 14 for Case Western Reserve.
Jennifer Markley, a senior.
Number 14, Jennifer Markley for Case.
Will be up to take this kick
to give Case Western the lead.
Opens her shoulders towards the left side. That's a save! And yeah, she read it all the way. The shoulders were just way too wide on that. And she hits it towards that far side. You'll see she doesn't drop her chest over the ball. She opens up.
The shootout is tied 3 apiece.
3-3 shootout heading to the 5th round.
And you can't telegraph a kick that much to a goalkeeper of Hutter's ability level here. And now
Kicking for
this
Worcester,
is
number
anybody's
13, Mila
PK
Zunic.
shootout here at this point.
Mila Zunic to give Wooster their first lead.
And this will be a huge kick if Wooster is able to make this. I think that'll give Hutter the confidence to be able to go into this next kick here strong.
Wooster with a 4-3 lead.
And can Hutter come up big here on
Bailey
this last
George against Molly Hutter to send the shootout to extra time.
Kicking for Case Western,
It
number
will
13,
be a 1-1
Bailey George.
here if this one does go past Hutter's fingertips.
Bailey George.
And that's out!
Wooster. Wait. The referee is saying...
Wait.
Why was he waving his hands?
We'll see. I believe it'll stand.
The final result of this shootout
Yeah, it looks
is
like that's it.
Yeah.
He waved his
Worcester
hands
4,
initially to
Case
say no
Western
good.
3.
But he was kind of stopping Wooster from their celebration momentarily, which had me wondering, like, is he going to say that somebody moved too soon or what? It'll be a Wooster advancing, ending the record season of Case Western in the penalty kick shootout 4-3.
In a few moments.
There are awards coming up, and we thank you for joining us for a thriller. We're back at you tomorrow, of course, for the championship round, or I guess not the championship, but the right to move on to weekend number 2 in the NCAA Division III Women's Soccer Championship Tournament. What a game this was, and as dominant as Case Western was, it's Wooster who ends up winning it in a penalty kick shootout. So long, everybody. Phil, always a pleasure.
On behalf of the NCAA, we would like to extend congratulations to these two teams for their outstanding performances today. Congratulations to Wooster, who has advanced to the second round, and to Case Western. Please direct your attention to the center of the field for our award ceremony. Presenting the awards is Glenn British, the NCAA site representative at this weekend's tournament. Concluding their season with a record of 13-5-1, we are pleased to present awards to Case Western. If we could please request that Case Western now line up to receive their awards. Number 1 of Case Western, Lauren Utterborn. 0, Anna Gurian. Number 2, Helena Van Bibber. Number 4 is Abigail DeChico. Number 5, Kimberly Chen. Number 7, Johanna Dunkers. Number 8, Laura Gorjenk. Number 9, Ella Kopich. Number 11 for the Spartans, Taylor Bova. Number 12, Mary Kate Ford. Number 13, Bailey George. Number 14, Jennifer Markley. Number 15, Meredith Meyer. Number 17, Anaya Hartzler. Number 18, Annika Washburn. Number 19, Elizabeth White. Number 21, Emily Hauser. Number 22, Christina Hickson. Number 24, Rachel LeBlanc. Number 25, Maya Sethi. Number 26, Melina Peshoff. Number 27, Catherine Rebel. Number 29, Fran McDonald. And number 31, Casey Groves. The assistant coaches for Case Western, Greg Moyloff, Jamie Daniels, Natalie Cedar. The head coach is Jennifer Simonetti. Congratulations to Case Western on a tremendous season.